Welcome to Things Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. As a recording time of 3:51 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $3,259, up about 4.56% so far. As you can see clearly on the left side of the chart, the entire market is in bright green at the moment, with some selective altcoin surging more prominently than others, which we'll dive into the technicals in a bit. And also with respect to the equity side, we are also seeing some buying pressure ahead of the CPI report that's releasing tomorrow. So what's going to happen tomorrow, right? I give you the honest answer, I do not know with respect to the statistics what's going to come out. But I can tell you with respect to the risk management level, the market is definitely on a full reversal mode. But tomorrow is going to be a play around, well, firstly, with respect to alignment of Wall Street expectations versus the actualized number, right? If it's going to be a big variance, it's going to triangulate a reason onto allowing short-term investors to be selling off tomorrow. But if it's a positive one, how much can we technically surge up as the next opportune time, right? So we'll dive into it in a bit. Just let me take a look at the news front. I would say, collectively speaking, there are not that many news that is peaking up around crypto, nor is there any news cultivated around some of the factors identified so far beside the CPI report that we've been talking about or observing so far already. So in addition to that, JP Morgan did release an article about 7 hours ago, and this was depicted on Barron. So the article came out yesterday. Is with respect to their economists, they see that fundamentally Bitcoin should be trading at 38,000, but there's a foreshadow that 50,000 for Bitcoin should be heading there shortly. So it's a speculative play, but ultimately we understand that JP Morgan currently does advise their clients to be investing into obviously Ethereum and also obviously with respect to Bitcoin on the trust, right? But not specifically the assets as a whole. But they have been kind of conveying a relatively mixed signal, and ultimately we look into their activity in terms of the institutional holding. Right. So with respect to how much great trust they are, selling to their clients, will give you the exact indicator on their perspective, right? So ultimately, we should not just listen to news based on what they say on face value. We have to, kind of filter through, right, to detect what's the truth and what's the bias affectation versus a straight up, blatant lie, if you may, which happens in the past, right? And these are the things that, we collectively have to use our spidey sense to detect and then formalize our risk level onto executing the trades, right? So let me just dive right into a technical analysis. We are technically approximately about 12 to a little bit over 12 hours away from obviously the CPI report releasing. So it's definitely interesting to see how that will go. And the report will be releasing 8:30 a.m. on the Eastern time, right? So when we first wake up tomorrow morning, well, for me specifically, I'll give you guys the depictions around what's happening, and we will digest on the momentum subsequently, right? So with respect to recording time again, 3:55 p.m. on Eastern time, Ethereum contract $3,260, up about 4.52% so far. As you can see clearly, we are levitating between the levels, right? You can see that the real level is at the 3,150 or the 3,325. And we are gliding at the comfortable level right now. It's a flat number, right? 3,250, which are oftentimes a flat level, right? But we know, based on historical fundamentals, we know that 3,325 is what we need to get to for us to get that confirmatory signal to sustain, right? So technically, we're still levitating, kind of floating in the air right now. And I think tomorrow it's going to be kind of a binary one, right? It's either we're going to have a positive signal with a positive report or a negative signal because of a miss on the report, right? And I think the market's going to look for an extra reason to sell off, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we come back ideally back down to 3,158. If it was even more severe, hovering back down to the 3,000, which is the next level of flat number, people psychologically would put their trades in, right? If it's even more terrible, right? 2,850 would technically be possible as well. So with respect to Bitcoin, 44 or 45 right now, basically. At the moment right now, you could see that we're full on reverse at 65 out of 70. Large separation on the MACD. The next technical level, if we are able to get above, will be somewhere around, obviously, the 45, right? If we are able to break above 45, 48 is coming, and that technically will allow for us to continue. But after that, it's going to be a huge drag, a huge leap up to the 53 from here, right? So I think with respect to recent relatively large green candle that you see here, I think short-term investors are going to look for a reason tomorrow, and also with respect to the Friday, which is the weekend affectation, we should technically come back down to more of an ideal level of 43 as a first level. But I think 40 would even be possible, to be honest with you. And I think we should technically glide back, if this report is even more severe, to back to the 38, which is what JP Morgan is mentioning. Which I understand why they're saying that, right? This is basically betting on, obviously, a negative outlook on a CPI report and a negative outlook on the FOMC meeting coming, right? Think of these FOMC meeting triangulating with the interest rate hikes, right? Which Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan said, like, it's going to be 7 hikes this year. So we might see some surprise here and there that could drive the stir, right? So I think JP Morgan is being conservative. But again, think about that in their perspective. Why are they saying this, right? Maybe they want to be buying in at a lower level. That's why they are kind of emotionally influencing the market to sell back to the level that they identified, 30,000, right? So we'll see how that goes. Dogecoin at 1602 right now, anywhere from basically 14.25 to the below 12 cents would be logical at the 55 out of 70. Still not the best level to incur risk. Cardano's now up about 2.82%. Again, right, 102 to 92 from here is still more logical. Solana's up about 2% at the moment. I like anywhere from basically, again, right, 95 all the way to 80. We are at the 50 out of 70, so not the best. Right, XRP is currently up about 5%. I like anywhere from basically, again, right, with respect to the 61 all the way to 55. Right now it's running really hot. We are way above overbought, 74 out of 70. Absolutely not a good level to be incurring risk right now. We could keep going if we're going to be, but that's really stretching it. And as we get to the high level, it's going to be, the risk is even more not worth your chances, right? So again, the best levels that we could have bought in was anywhere from below, right? And with respect to polkadot, it's up about 2.5%, 22.23 right now. I like anywhere from basically 18.69 all the way to 15.87. Algorand's up about 2.75%. I like anywhere from, again, right, 90 to 79 from here. Shiba Inu is at the mid 3,000s right now. I don't like it. I like anywhere from low 2,000s, 1,400 to 900 from here. Right now, it's the 70 out of 70, so technically overbought like crazy right now. With respect to MACTAG, it's about 4%. 140 to 120 is still better level at the 60 out of 70. Large separation, absolutely not. A lot of pump and dump that we've seen so far with these flash crashes, not advisable, to be honest with you. AVAX up about 6% at 91 right now. Very overbought, 60 out of 70. Relatively large separation. I like anywhere, again, right? Bare minimum 65 to below, but I like 52 to 50, to be honest with you. I'm just more conservative. Luna, it's at 57, flat for some reason. So 62, 52 to 45 from here. So we're kind of in the frame with the neutral level right now. So with respect to the overall market, we are going to be watching out for the CPI report tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys updated on it. And hope you guys all have a good day on this Wednesday. It's a hump day. Can't believe that half the week is already gone. Feels like it just flew by. I appreciate you for joining me on a daily basis. I really appreciate you. And for the Patreon members, you got the buy, sell, and the hold alert that I posted already. So feel free to refer it and let me know if you have any question. All right, take care.